Quick, like and subscribe to always have zero ping and good loot in Fortnite.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ninja Battles event. It's week 2.
Insane players, Monster. There's so many good players.
That's right. I'm already looking at Team 13 right there. It's Zayt, Saf, and Stretch. Such a scary little trio kind of coming in. And you got the controller trio as well. Team 19, Assault, Scope, Innocence. Who stands out to you, Balla? There's a lot of exciting names here.
100% there is. I have to go back down to the players who won last week. Macwood and Kalk are now paired up with Bucky, and that still is a team that could take it all. But enough of the players, because we got 5 games to talk about them. So let's take a look at how this is actually playing out. How are these guys earning their points, and what are they playing for? It's a typical competitive Fortnite format to earn your points game after game, Monster.
That's right, with $80,000 on the line each week as well.
Hey, Fortnite Moments fans! Want more V-Buck giveaways? Make sure to use code BEAST in the item shop. And we'll continue to give out redemption codes just like this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out.
For them to do really well off of this, and looking here, is there, yes, a contest. It's Dubs Mega, and then back at it again. Full 50-50 in the box. He's stuck by himself. Mega with the pickaxe, and he actually comes out on top of that. More pickaxing going in. Dubs by himself. Keys stuck behind. Yes, Dubs connects. He's solo HP, pops one. Gets the siphon on the riverside, and he's basically mad.
Wow.
He's infuriated. He says, enough of this. Mega, you come with the pickaxe. I'll get the shotgun and clean things up. A sweep from Dubs. 2 eliminations, and they're gonna give us the pawn. Definitely want to throw that out there. And now they've got the rig, and they possibly could get rolling.
Here's Ninja, Colazo, and Vivid. This is that wide spread that we spoke about. We saw a piece of in the last game here. Ninja spacing out his territory, landing at the island over here just outside the grotto. This is a nice little getaway retreat for some good loot. See the flopper already in the inventory. The lucky pickup too for the harpoon, so that's going to be a big factor in the speed of which is going to be able to worth it.
Absolutely. You talk about the harpoon for sure. Going to have an impact here at the lake house, but also the launch pad for Ninja. Not much loot, not much floor loot at this spot. I mean, for one player, definitely a lot, but to find a launch pad here is huge. Looking down through the grotto, Innocence, Assault, and Scope. This is how they start off. Assaults, low HP somehow. I'm wondering if he got an engagement with Brutus. Got a little bit crazy here at the grotto. No matter what, they've got the vault open, and don't forget, this is key to see what they leave here in the vaults. Probably not any weapons, no launch pad, none of that. But what they will leave is certainly more shield that they can carry, because the grotto is ridiculous. Look how many of those agency chests there are. There's 4 in this vault, and that is too much for 3 people to handle.
So far, so good. Now finding a launch pad, a second one here to add to the inventory. Seems like the luck factor is really playing its part.
Oh no.
Talked about that. They found the drop right here, but Ninja's by himself. That's going to be the key indicator. He knows there's a team up above him. Look, he's building right now. Don't worry though. Vivid and Colazo have the angles. They can see up. He's going to burn one of those 2 launch pads. So lucky for him though to be able to get away. That was a scary spot to be in.
Yeah, but they're not going to let them go, Monster. Look at the split that they've got right now. 2 players on the mountain, and then he even gets up on the zip line. I'm not sure who that is, but this is the first time that zone has favored the west side of or the east side of the map. So Scope, Innocence, and Assault coming out of the grotto this time. They're not leaving anything. They might actually full engage here on Ninja, Vivid, and Colazo in the early game. This is not something I expected at all.
It's very much possible right now, but are they going to give up this high ground to really get into the fight? We'll see, as they're just watching, paying close attention to the positioning of all the players. I think at this point, they got it all gathered here, seeing the fresh builds from Ninja now. They know what the spread looks like. You see that lurker player off to the side. Remember, it's Assault, Innocence, and Scoped, all of which can lay down the serious beams, the spread on the mountain. Looks like the pinch is kind of coming in. We're seeing some arrows, some movement coming down the beach right now. I think they're poising up to take this fight here. Look, Balla, they're getting closer and closer now into the docks. This is a surprise situation, surprise happening right now.
It could, man. It could, because they've actually given up any advantage that they can to see this coming forward. Yes, there's a player in the backside, but Scoped is sneaking up. He might be able to get onto the left side of this, possibly even some high ground, and beam them from the side. Assault on the backside. Here's a heavy snipe. Scoped does not hit on the Vivid, but Vivid now stuck by himself. There's a shot from the left side. Colazo beams down Scope. Ninja also firing right back, a little revenge for the shots down on the Vivid, and he gets right in the fray too. A full-on 3v3 in the early game here, Monster. This is not something we were supposed to see. Ninja is the recipient of it, a push by Scoped, Assault, and Innocence.
And it's crazy because the gameplay changes from game 1 and game 2. From week 1 was that Ninja and crew were not trying to be aggressive in these early games. That was what was throwing their runs before. But Assault, Scoped, and Innocence are not letting this one go. They really want this fight right now. Here in the dirty docks, the minigun coming out from high ground. The shots in exchange, though, going in Ninja's team's favor. Colazo found the first set. Ninja finds the second set. But Vivid has to heal. He's isolated now inside of the cone himself, and yeah, he finds it. Assault's gonna take out Vivid now. And it's a 2v3. This is not looking good for Ninja's crew. Innocence is getting pressured here. Can he drop him off the height? He has to do something now, or it's gonna be all over. They're all isolated by themselves. Singled out is what you want. No, there's Colazo fighting, fending for himself here, Bala. Ninja's trying to get to the other side. Still doesn't have the high ground, though.
Colazo, the one controller player on this team, trying to fend off some of the best in the world. Scoped and Assault and Innocence, a three-way pinch. He's done for. Ninja now has to try to book it, but I don't think they're gonna let him leave. I think that Ninja has 3 angry controller players making their way. He's gonna get the boat though, but you know what happens in this situation, even from range. Although he blocks the line of sight quite quickly, not even okay. 1 shield tag done, and now he's making his way towards the mouth of the grotto. The reboot ran, but definitely has none of those cards. I think he's done it. I think he's escaped. Meanwhile, on other sides of the map, a lot still unfolding. Nate Hill, Bully, and Funk trying to make their rotation as well. Risky Reels is where they're at. They have to go all the way east over towards where we just saw, basically, because Zone was still there. Acorn and Jack with Ewok end up posting up outside of Risky Reels, but they steer wide and clear from them.
You can see the wide shot now as players are rotating here. The next zone revealing itself, guys. It's time to get a move on it if you want to start beating the clock here. Let's look at the map. Everyone's kind of moving across. You see Acorn, Jack, and Ewok caught between the two teams. Nate Hill, Funk on the back half as well. They're just trying their best. The wide shot of the map is going to show you guys where exactly the zone is pulling towards. It's, again, favoring that west side. Remember, those purple arrows at the docks is the controller trio. Innocent, Scoped, and Assault, who now own it to themselves. I think Ninja retreated to the islands, and I saw more arrows on top of him, so I'm not sure if it's looking too good for him right now.
I didn't see him at the grotto. I didn't see where he went from that. You might be right in terms of the islands. We'll have to see. Funk, Nate Hill, and crew, they've got themselves a nice white line around the side, the north side of this map to get over towards Dead Side, but don't forget who they're going to meet on that side if they continue down this path up north. They'll end up running into Scoped, Assault, and Innocence, which definitely could be huge. They're going to make their way through the farm, a safe rotation path, and then possibly combine with the river. They can continue up north. Zone is moving, though, so they get a little bit restricted up there. Sap, Stretch, and Zayt on a rotate as well. Edgy right in front of Zayt, and he's definitely going to try to get some tags as they go under this bridge. Edgy, Chap, following the river as well, so should be okay. There's a heavy snipe, misses from Saf. Where else? By the way, I saw reverse pick up an Inlim. That means they continue to push their way up and possibly maintain that lead that they have in first place.
Wait a second there, though. I saw Ewok fall to a big shot from Stretch, so this is going to be the engagement happening here. The revive does happen, though, so Ewok gets picked up. She's not down, so at least it's a 3-man kind of battle going on here. Jack and Acorn, now the only healthy ones on the team. Here comes Zayt trying to get a piece. He's going to get hit from the side here. Acorn finds a cheeky and sneaky shot. Good piece control here from Zayt as he grabs the floorboard now, trying to jump into the builds. And no, Ewok's going to get taken out. As the engagement was a success, they find her weak and alone outside of the barn there. What a big fight for them. And that's what happens when you're in the middle of the pack.
Now just left Acorn and Jack, a very proficient duo against Possibly one of the better trios up in this right now. They seem definitely aggressive. They will back up to the metal base that they already had, and that might be the cue for Zayt, Saf, and Stretch to back off a little bit. Edgy's still in the distance. Looks like he's by himself. I'm wondering if Chap and AV, no, they're still up there, I believe. He's in the zone, possibly. Not sure. They're continuing this, though. On to Acorn and Jack, not letting it go. Stretch and trying to get Saf out of the box. They get the pinch on him. Yes, Acorn, huge damage on the Zayt. No, Saf. And now stuck in the metal box. They slow things down. Saf is solo. There's the floppers. They're going to get right back up into fighting space, but they've made this trio pay.
That's right, and the players taking shots in as Edgy's crew who came from the outer zone. You can see AV and Chap pulling the revive from the zone, so it's all kinds of action happening here as Stretch gets taken out. Zayt doesn't have much left, goes for the 50-50 and doesn't win to Acorn. And this is what we meant, a proficient duo turning things around as a two-man crew right now. Saf is gonna have to jump in, he catches Jack. And now it's Acorn versus Saf, and Acorn wins that one as well. The big clutch with 18 HP. Edgy and crew are now coming in trying to wrap this up. I don't think he's gonna have enough to survive. But man,
No way.
man, Acorn pulls something crazy right here. And they're hunting right now. And this is the elim they needed because they just pulled Chap from the grave as they got the reboot ran off. Or AV from the grave now. And this is all loot is theirs. They're back in the game like it never left.
Man, that was something special, though, from Acorn and Jack to close out Stretch, Saf, and Zayt. And it even went down to the wire there. The final shots from Saf looked like they were going to be really good, but Jack shoots a little bit faster. Now, Chap, AV, Edgy obviously take advantage of that full-on fight that goes basically down to the wire. They're like, yep, free. This is an easy elimination. They get all the loot from that too, although maybe not the time to actually take huge advantage of it. Looking now to Avery, Bugha, and Zypha on the backside of the zone. It's moved off of the dirty dock, so Scoped, Innocence, and crew have had to move off too. They're going to be able to use this. Go up, but you've got to be careful. When you're up in the sky, definitely could get shot, as we saw Bully do massively from high ground in that last game. They're going to get right outside his zone, not opt to go too far in because there's a high ground opportunity for free here on the side of this one. Looking to see, is there any loot here? Is there anything available for me to grab? Or is there anybody else around? Creo Kanata and Unknown have made their way all the way down to the south side of this mountain, so making a bit of an adventure for them. They're on the mountain, though, moving down.
And these shots are still crucial, guys. You saw the impact of the storm surge in the previous game. You didn't think you'd see it because of the lighter population, but as these zones start to approach, players start to park up, really situate here. Heavy snipes being exchanged from both parties now. Back and forth. Here's Mega and Dubs. Cease, as we said, we want to see them get turned online. And no, Creo, Unknown, and Kanata coming so late into the zone from an awkward angle off the mountain now are pinched between the fire range of the two teams that were just outside of the storm here, Bala. They're going toe-to-toe right now. The Brutus minigun from the distance is going to find Creo here. Sneaking in shots. Unknown's by himself. This is not looking good for him at all. What can you do as the shots come in? He scrambles for the builds here, and it's just a matter of time before he's going to run out. Here it is. 800 ammunition, light ammo. He's basically bringing loot to them. Little delivery here. They lost him, though, for a second underneath the building.
Shouldn't be too bad for them. Obviously, they wanted it, but they're not going to go off of their high ground just to find one player, especially possibly knowing who it is after they got those eliminations. Bugha and Avery, they're making their way across, and look who's on high ground. It's has a great 72 hours, and Mikey in a good position too on the side of zone, so potential there for them. That's huge, and they've been trying game after game, but not necessarily finding the fortune to end up with the zones to make it all count. Calculator directly underneath them, Macwood and Bucky with them as well, and their loadout looking very healthy. At least two. Ninja alive directly underneath them, by the way. He's made his way all the way here, and I was looking at the streams earlier to see exactly what his HP situation was. It was completely shambles. But he's back up and looking very good in this case. Possible clutch here from Ninja to bring them up from 15th place where they currently stand. Unfortunately, they had that engagement against Scoped, Innocence, and Assault, who still look very, very good. Right above Mega, Cease, and Dubs, who were in 0 points before this. We'll see. We'll see.
You see the pressure coming in to Bugha and Zypha as they are trying to park up underneath. Zypha's going to find Unknown on the back half. They're trying to rotate in late, and that's going to be the free point for him. He's going to have to scramble inwards. This is what you need to do, guys. If you are under some serious pressure, you have to close that distance between yourself and the incoming fire. That's why he's able to stay alive here now. This is looking like a big game right now as they're parked up. This could be a huge refresher for them if they can grab all the gear down below. And yes, the team is still alive. Now we have 3 trios on top of one another parked up.
Huge trios too. Where did zone goes? The question looks like it's not where 72 Hours Miking has a great word, because you see Ship already start make his rotation down that hill. Not many other players doing much. It looks like it's actually Jared and crew who are the only players in zone. Yeah, they'll have to move off a little bit. They're looking to hold as well. As the great possible shots on the scope to Assault and Innocence. And you mentioned it for a second there. In game number 1, Assault, Innocence, and Scope had the high ground. Their problem was playing a little too aggressive and ending up getting knocked off. Nate Hill still up in this one. Dubs, Meg, and Cease, their first attempts and first say at endgame. They have to move a long way, and they're trying not to spend that pad.
We'll see if that ends up backfiring, though, as this is going to be an important zone. They're going to find Ninja down here by himself. It's Ship and Roller who actually send in the heavy sniper shot. Is that going to be the signal, though, as the shots are coming in now? Dubs, Mega pushing all the way through with Cease here through enemy builds, really bullying their way all the way across right now. Not even expending a lot of mats because they're recycling. It's also up for high ground. They're playing for height now, Bala. Dubs is under some serious pressure. The lobby's not letting it happen. Not at all. Not for free.
No, they're not, but I think Cease is up there. Yes, he's taking it over. Scoped, Innocence, and crew. Meanwhile, though, it has the great up on high ground. Nice beams from Cease. He's going to make him fall and definitely potentially cap off of that. But for now, more. There's a minigun in tow as well. More shots from Cease. Mega also combining. Looks like they've won the fight so far, but they have to wait as this continues to push. Bizzle, Commandment, them, they're in mid-ground. Graska still alive. Ninja did finally just go down to Edgy, so his run over, and he's not going to be able to get too much more. There's Bizzle fighting from below, actually taken out. Has the great, possibly a snipe. Here it is again, continuing to go north, and Cease and crew have gotten. I believe they're going to try to maintain, but no, look in the background. Bizzle, Emad, Commandment, they're fighting a little bit to get that loot off of the player that they took out up above. It's potential for them to have a good launching point for high ground in the future zones.
And Edgy's under pressure now. In comes the Rockets here as he's pressured up and backed up against the zone, his whole entire team. They're trying to find their way through. This low ground is not the safe place to be, not at all right now. They're gonna have to burn this launch pad sooner rather than later or face the iron price now. Here comes the rotate all the way across. The launch pads are out. Who's going to be able to claim the throne of heights? It's Bizzle, who's going to be landed on by Cease and Dubs and Mega. They don't want to give this away. They know that they need a big swing back if they want to stay in this game. They had 0 points coming in, Bala. They now have a couple elims on the threshold on the leaderboard here. You can see Storm Surge
goes down,
a little bit of a factor.
Bucky picks up one. Macwood is actually the player who gets up. Cypher's still in this as well, though. Macwood, Bucky, where is his teammates? I don't even think they're up here with him. No, they are right on the same ladder. Meanwhile, Edgy and AV are looking at front. They're going to crank right up, and this is going to be a huge fight. I think Macwood is already giving it up. Yes, 4 teams to start things off on that high ground fight, and now finally another in 7th zone. It's AV, Chap, and Edgy who take it, and they've got a full wide spread tarp that they've been gifted up off the mountain as it continues now to go even further west. There's Dubs, who started off on high ground. They're getting pressured now, and you said they need a big game. So far they've gotten pushed off a height and really haven't found anything, but now possibly a good lane.
Showing you that timing is everything for high ground in the end game. Anything can happen. Rockets coming out, shots being fired here. Innocence back in the zone. That means I no longer see Scoped in this game either. Here comes Dubs pushing out from the outside. He has to stay in. Innocence is by himself. Confirmed now. You see his perspective. Minigun in hand. Brutus says he's underneath. Keeping fire. He gets the whole team. Lights him up, but it's not going to be enough to get the conversion. Edgy's still on height, though, firing it out. And how's this going to be here? Edgy now hit down to no HP. Bala. We're in the final moment. 7 teams remaining as the zone is now looking to close out. They still have height. Nate Hill goes up and hits Edgy with a huge grappler and catches the knock. Oh my gosh, he doesn't have any builds at all here, Bala. He's gonna go back up. He needs the siphon. There's another player. He's still in it. My gosh.
He gets the siphon, but no materials. He still has the grappler. Who's above him? I believe possibly teammate. Yes, it's Bully. He gets up there, possibly going to split now. But a full trio, Graska, Reverse, and Summer, who won the first game, and Nate Hill and crew still up on high ground. Now it's possibly going to be a 3 versus 3 with them involved. Ship in this too, and so is D-Roller. But AV up, he could have a big impact too as he takes out Reverse 2K through the top, but then gets taken out. Summer trades it. Now Graska still alive in this one. 3 teams left. It's Ship. It's Reverse 2K, Summer and crew, and then DeRoller and Owl down on low ground. Where's the other player, I believe, up above? Yes, Nate Hill and Bully too. Owl takes out Reverse, so it's just left to Graska to find anything. DeRoller in zone 2. I think this might be a second win for Nate Hill and crew right now as they're raining down terror, and there's nobody even in zone right now. Last player, it's DeRoller in the zone. There's an AR firing down on him. He only has 4 floppers. Actually, he's gonna be able to take height, and they're down stuck in the water. Do they have any mats? Yes, a little bit. DeRoller 1 versus 2. He can actually make this happen, but the spray coming in, yes, knocked down. And Nate Hill to close things out. The clean pump shot and a second victory royale.
Showing you guys the power of the mythic grappler with the back-to-backs in exciting fashion. Nate Hill finding everything, the back-to-back victories. We didn't even think it was possible. He had no builds for a second, but he goes up and just the aggression ball. He hits the shots. That was exciting.